Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dialogue. Ebony here. And we also have Nina.
Hello.
So just so you can kind of get a feel for us, we're going to talk about our top 5 favorite movies.
Yes. It's interesting. I would like to have a disclaimer put that I was forced not to include, what is it called?
Trilogies.
Sequels. And sequels and all of that in a collection. So, yeah. Let's just get the best out of those. Mine, these are not in any specific order at all. But 40-Year-Old Virgin is one of my top 5.
Oh, you can't go wrong with that.
I mean, it's cringy and it's funny and it's just like completely awkward, dark humor. And those are my favorite type of
it's a good cringe.
Movies. It is.
Yeah.
It's like how you went this long in the conversation, especially even with his daughter, and his girlfriend's daughter.
And the good guy wins at the end. It's refreshing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we love that.
Yeah. I do.
Mm-hmm. What would be one of yours?
One of my favorites. Are you ready? Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I love it. I love the action sequences. And,
I know.
And all of this.
And then the throwback video game little sound bites. It's just so nostalgic.
Yes.
And Michael Cena is so like funny but awkward.
He is an awkward funny that you would actually have sex with him because he's so awkward and it's like you're gonna blow his mind. That is, I love.
Okay, that. Nina, I learned a lot about you in that little comment right there. Hey.
Look, in my youth. Okay, so number 2 for me was 50 Shades number 1. Why? Because that's when he first turned her out. Okay.
Learning more about you, Nina.
Watch 365 and 365. Anyway, yeah, 50 Shades, to me, it had the whole boundary. She's like super quiet, even though I did like tons of background on 50 Shades before he even came out of them doing the chemistry test and how they would actually mesh together. And I was like, y'all did y'all work. Okay. They was just good casting production of like, you're not too hot as Dakota Johnson to be like, of course you would be with him. And as they do, and I would say this in all movies, they always make white people super OP. Okay, that's an anime term of like, you have to be a billionaire. You got to be rich. Like, because if you have a kink like that and you're average,
yeah, like, no, it doesn't
you
work.
Make $40K, you're now a weirdo, But because,
but if you got money,
because you got money and you taking baby girl on a airplane ride, a helicopter ride on their date, it's like.
It went from being weirdo to yes, daddy.
I can go to your red room. What's nice. Second on yours?
Another favorite of mine is Inception.
Dang, you there for a long time. That's what, 2.5?
Yes, but it didn't feel like that for me. So like I'm a sucker for complicated plots. If I'm watching a movie, I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna happen, and then it happens. And like that's gonna happen, and it happens. Like I get bored.
You get so lucky.
Yeah.
Miss Cleo, call me now. Like
I feel like that sometimes. I truly feel like that sometimes. So Inception kept me on my toes, kept me engaged. I had no idea what was going on. But I loved it. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. So Inception, I can always watch that. One of my tops.
It's on Netflix right now.
What about you? What's in your next one? In the
Twilight.
top 5?
All of them, but specifically New Moon.
Oh, wait. Okay, so refresher, because I watched them all, but it's been a minute. New Moon is which one? The first, middle, which one?
New Moon is the second one.
Okay.
This is after they end up breaking up. Like this is kind of the one. It's either that one or Eclipse.
And Jacob comes in the mix?
Yes. Oh, wolf boy. But it's not even about him because I'm Team Edward all the way. But it's... Vampire will always be if I had to choose. But it's the point that type of breakup for me, I can relate to so hard. Like she went months, I want to say it's 8 months of just sitting in that chair and it was completely unhealthy and her needing to get herself back in her, like that whole journey was like, girl, I feel you. Like a point where God had to like remove somebody from my life. Like I wanted to jump out a window. I love that man so much. I was like, and I couldn't even handle losing. So I understand the whole breakup and trying to find, how to get over one is getting under a new one. Okay, that's what she was doing, but on a PG-13 level.
They had to keep it PG.
They had to keep it PG-13, but that was what she was doing.
Okay, I see. I like that movie too. So,
what is your next one, darling?
300.
Oh, what is your occupation?
Okay, so yeah, I should disclaimer. I don't have a single rom-com on my top 5. Like
not a single rom-com.
Not a single rom-com. But 300. Okay, so 300. I mean, it's a classic at this point.
It is a classic.
It's a classic. And then also I love things that have a historical component to it. So I know we've talked about things like Bridgerton, like I'm With You, all that, like period time. So Roman time, anything Roman, that sort of era I'm down for. But the fact they're able to like get all the fighting scenes and it
didn't hurt how he was treating his woman, did it? It didn't hurt looking at that, did it?
No.
And the fact that no one ain't got no draws on. I feel like the whole cast
Commando.
No one was allowed to have draws on in this movie. And the kick is epic of like
and that wasn't scripted to be exactly like that.
Was it?
No, see? Yeah.
That was improv, so you just kicked that man in improv?
Yes.
Wow.
He's a soldier.
That's a lawsuit. Forewarning or something. You can't just kick me.
He was in character method acting.
No, ma'am. That's interesting to know that he was not allowed to truly kick that man like that.
Anyway, what's your next one, Nina?
Again, whole box set. Harry Potter, but specifically Deathly Hallows. And I said part 2 because that's when everybody just went for the jugular. I think really for Snape to get his vindication of like, I didn't do it.
He wasn't such a terrible, terrible person.
Because I hated that man.
Yeah.
Like some people can have characters where it's like, oh, you stopped playing.
It felt
that
like
role.
years you hated. I hated Professor Snape.
Yes.
Okay.
I was just like, you're overcompensating. Like off bat, this is a child. He's 11. and for people, and I am a Harry Potter fan, not watching, like not reading the books.
What?
Just the movies, because no one has time. Okay? No one has time to read these thick books. And then I'm going to go watch the movie. I'm not that dedicated. But for the fact that Harry Potter, just the movies, if that is the visualization that I have to get from this world, I hated Snape from the get-go. He was overcompensating, you doing too much. But then it explains that in Deathly Hallows too, of why he was the way he was and all of that. And he got vindicated, especially after Half-Blood Prince. We needed more explanation.
Yeah.
Because he was looking straight traitor. So, yeah, that would be
That's a good movie. I love all the Harry Potters. So
can't wait for someone's review.
Okay. My next one, going back a little in time, The Shawshank Redemption.
Didn't somebody get done in the booty hole in that one? Didn't somebody get raped in that? Wait. Why? Why would you put that on your spirit?
I'm not focusing on that. It's a story, okay? Like that movie had all the emotions.
Yeah.
Including that one, okay, apparently.
Okay, so you got to break that one down. Okay.
Now you're making me rethink saying that out loud. Can I take it back?
That's just like saying Pulp Fiction. I mean, it was a cool movie, but then it's going to be on my top 5 because of what they did to Vin Rames. We will never forget. We are all...
But you know what? That's real life. That happens.
That's real life?
It happens.
What?
What you talking about?
Get raped in jail? See, we all know Don't Drop the Soap, but we ain't nobody ever like, that's my top 5 movie.
It wasn't that for that.
Okay, so tell me why. What's the biggest rule? Give me the log line of why Shawshank Redemption.
Because he did it. It was a man and a spoon.
A man and a spoon. Was he a little spoon or big spoon? Like what?
The planning and the like perseverance and the planning. The thing is, people make plans as adults all the time, right? And the fact that, you know, Morgan Freeman in the movie actually followed through. They both followed through and they both got the money. And then they both had happiness in the end.
What I don't like is that you risk that black man's probation to come kick it with you. I didn't like that. I was like, why are we doing that? I don't like it. But a plan coming together. We all love it when a plan comes together. Who said that? Somebody put in the comments who said that. We all love when, I think it's Team A. What is that? A-Team. I think somebody says that in A-Team. I think the captain says that in A-Team. We all love when a plan come together.
All right, Nina.
My last one, going to what I love is musicals. Rent.
Really?
Yes.
Rent. Okay.
Rent.
Wow, I haven't thought about Rent in a minute.
I know, 2005.
And 325,600 minutes.
Look, from every scene, I know every song, and I will sing along, and I will always try to be the high voice. I'm not good at the high voice.
You can be in the shower alone where no one else can hear
dang,
you.
I gotta be shut off? Dang, Ebony.
You just said you can't.
I mean, but you don't know that. I'm saying it by myself.
Listen, Nina, I believe and trust you. So whatever you say.
Oh, so she took me. See, that was my whole not giving the benefit.
See what I did there?
Not giving the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, believe people when they tell you about themselves. Okay.
Yes, exactly. You believe them.
You. Maybe I can do it.
Like, no, but Rent was a great movie.
Yes.
I literally haven't thought about it in a while.
Apparently, there's like uncut songs that didn't make it into the movie, and it took my husband to actually bring those songs to me. And I was like, I don't know how I lived my whole life not knowing there were other songs that didn't just make it into the movie. But it's not even. I don't even think it's on the CD. Like, because of course I downloaded the whole soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like it's not there. But I love Rosario. I think that put everybody, when I see them again, I am so happy for them for whatever job that they get or whatever work that they do. I'm like, there's Rosario. There's
Aww.
Oh, you're on Sesame Street. Like, I'm so happy for them, like, that they're doing something else.
Yeah.
And then Zena Menzel, Elsa, to see her in that in 2005 and then you become Elsa is just like... You really hit big on that.
True. Yeah. I didn't even put those two and two together.
That's when you gotta like IMBD people.
You are not wrong.
Did you say your last one?
No. So my last one is Limitless. So it is where
drugs.
Yes, drugs. That's all you need to know, drugs.
No.
No, I just found it fascinating. And I think, honestly, one day, medically, we might get there where there's such a product. But it was interesting, the power struggle. Not power struggle, but, you know, the motivations of certain individuals going for that drug. You know, power or money.
Because it releases more percentage of your brain capacity.
Yeah, so
right?
like you can use like 99-100% of your brain when you're on it. So he learned piano in 2 days, like playing classicals, you know, killing it in the stock market.
I think I only know the Cliff Notes version of it. I think I was preoccupied.
It was a good movie. Don't watch the trailer, just watch it.
Absolutely not. I think we're not gonna get on my rules of watching movies.
Yes, that'll be a different. That's a whole different episode. That's a whole episode in itself.
And watching movies. But yeah, I think I've seen like chunks and pieces. Like at the time, I think I was going in and out of it.
It's a writer. He has a writer's block. He's basically about to be homeless. Ex-brother-in-law walks. Someone from the past has. The experimental illegal drug. Like, hey man, yeah, I kind of know you, take this thing. And yeah, it's a whole...
Don't take candy from strangers. Like, this is...
I would probably have to think twice if someone offered that. I mean...
Would you take it? You sound like you would take it. Like, give me a half a pill.
Listen, just imagine what incredible things you could do if you used your entire brain. Like...
I think there's a reason why, we've only been blessed to use the capacity that we have, because people are greedy, and I don't want him to have the second coming early, because knowing us with our free will, you're like, man, I just know how to push up a schedule, don't he? I feel like that's what happened. He already said he wouldn't flood us. I feel like that is going to have greed and a power hungriness, and it's gonna be bloodshed, just because we're always fighting to more.
In the wrong hands, absolutely.
Even in the good hands, how do-gooders? How good can you do? And it was like, I gotta do better than you. I gotta do more than you. It'll still always be a power struggle, even in that. But that's the top 5 from me. And
that was fun. I feel like I learned a lot about you.
I feel like you are definitely a guy's girl. I'm a guy's girl.
I'm a guy's girl. I'm not gonna deny it. I ride motorcycles. I shoot guns. I'll watch a rom-com, but only on recommendations. Yeah. I was a tomboy.